I found a fan-made Poppy Playtime game that released over 3 years ago and played it through to the end. You may not have been a Poppy Playtime fan long enough to remember this, but there was a really long gap between Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, it was about 2 years long. During this gap, someone rose to the challenge and made their own continuation of the series, and that name was Melt Studio? The fan game was called Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, I don't know if they were actually trying to fool people or not. I downloaded the game when it came out and have only just now found it again. From what I can see, nobody else on YouTube has played or even heard of this game, so I'm going to walk you through it. Don't worry, it isn't that long. This video is sponsored by no one, because I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm Mr. Plays, how you doing? Wait a second, Star Studio? I thought it was Melt Studio, I don't care. The game opens up on a relatively good recreation of the title screen. I mean, the music is there, the Game Pass on my PC recognised it as a game. The title looks weirdly cut out, I don't know why, PNGs exist for this exact reason. And when you put the cursor over controls, this happens. So that's cool, I guess. This game also has its own chapter title screen. Whoops-a-daisy. Daisy? This could be more sinister than I thought. Could the villain that was shafted from Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 finally be getting their time in the spotlight? Maybe, I hope not.
There is nothing more gratifying to my soul than being...
Okay. The game picks up pretty much exactly where Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 ended and actually where the real Chapter 3 would end up starting off from as well. The train looks actually really good, even down to the detail on the inside. I couldn't model anything close to this, it's actually a really good job. Definitely the best bit of the game, LMAO. The first two things you'll notice are how slowly you walk and how laggy the game is in general, just get used to it, the whole game is like that. I'm gonna stop myself for a second here, yes. The game is just that laggy. I've done everything I can to make it appear as though the game is running smoothly, but I cannot optimize an unoptimized game. As we'll find out, the FPS counter is almost terminally in the single digits. It's just unbelievable. We only have one grab pack hand and there's another one on the ground. I like to think this hand smashed through the window of the train when it crashed and that's why the window is gone as well. When I walk up to the grab pack, I can't for the life of me figure out how to pick it up. I try everything, but the green grab pack doesn't extend much further than like a foot or two. The grab pack hand starts flickering, I try crouching, I try walking over it, and eventually I just leave it behind. Maybe we'll end up getting a cool new hand anyway. I take one last look back at the train before moving through a very small hallway past a door you can't go in, and a VCR man starts talking to me in a voice that's really weird.
Experiment 1261, codename it Daisy, friendly with Picture Caterpillar, purpose to entertain children in Quaker. The beginning of the experiment on the transport.
The subtitles actually give up as he's still talking, but it doesn't matter because the tape ends early anyway.
What the hell is this? It's not
Nothing happens through this door on this bronze door, but this door opens. You just have to put the green grab pack through the wall first and the button disappears. Don't ask me why. I walk past this hallway and, just as I imagined, a weirdly clean picture of Daisy. It's a little odd. I walk up to this door called Playcare. I swear we've already seen 3 doors that are titled Playcare already. It closes with a really loud noise. The other door doesn't do anything, so I walk back up the hallway to see the door is closed behind us as well. I walk back down and now the vent to the wall is opened. Okay. I crouch and walk inside the vent really slowly while a voice utters parts of sentences. After failing to drop down for about 5 minutes, I appear in this room where a separate voice talks to me on another VCR. This time subtitles are not included.
After 1.3, its predecessor does not hope to show the clearly and the smoothly very wind with heavy rotor strings.
Despite this wall having 4 separate grab pack hands on it, I can't interact with any of them. Literally, I've tried everything I can. We only have one hand and I cannot get any of these. There's also a Mummy Longlegs cardboard cutout that doesn't say anything. I guess she was also left speechless by this game as well. In case you couldn't make it out by now, you can't use the grab pack to hit items straight on like you can in the real games. You have to stand awkwardly to the side and you're always too far away, you never get used to it. The boxes don't do anything but hitting them causes these doors to open, okay. I crouch inside and then crouch inside this other thing. Sometimes, even though my finger is down on the crouch button, the game just decides, hey, maybe it's time to stop and stand up. Finally, I'm making some decent progress. Did anyone else see that? We're gonna talk about that for a second? Yeah, so Huggy only weirdly seems to move when I'm looking at them, at least at first. Then they only move when I'm not looking at them. Their footsteps are inconsistent and seem to play anyway, and yeah. I finally find an invisible wall and... Yeah, in case it wasn't obvious enough, that thing just killed me. It sends you all the way back to the start of the game. I have done this so many times and always die in that exact spot, no questions asked. Yeah, this game is a weird one. You know what I'm just remembering? Five Nights at Freddy's 3 had a fan game called Five Nights at Freddy's 3 2 before that game came out. I guess it's like a rite of passage that the third installment of horror mascot game franchises need to have a fake fan game with the same name that precedes them. It's just a weird thing that has happened. It's been about 3 years since this self-proclaimed demo of a game came out. I think when the real Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 released, it brought this game to an end before the full version could ever be released or finished. Looking a bit deeper into the Gamejolt page, it turns out that although the PC version was never completed, there was a mobile port, I repeat, a mobile port that you can download and play on any phone that was completed. The file size is almost as big as the PC version itself. The mobile version actually has quite a few differences. The title screen is different. There's like some coal at the start and just other little details like that. But the main thing is that if the FPS wasn't abhorrent enough, now there's an FPS counter. This is not the kind of game you should have that on. Now, no matter where you're going or how intolerable it is to control, the FPS is staring you right in the face. Why would the creator do this? Thanks very much for watching. I'm Purposefully Plays. Thank you to the amazing channel members. You guys are awesome. You're fantastic. If you liked the video, then subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you thought. Did you like the game or anything? I don't know. Do you have any questions? Just, I don't know, comment whatever you want. just do what you want.